What's up guys, and welcome to the channel. It's Joanna here, founder and CEO of Supwell. And today I want to break down the philosophy behind my latest training block, which is a half marathon build looking to get my new PR. And I've decided to go completely plateless for this entire training build. So long runs, speed work, easy runs, whatever it is, no shoes with plates. So in this video, I'm gonna explain why I quit carbon fiber plated shoes for this training build, and also explain how it's been so far for me, for my body, for my legs, for my mindset, and for my race readiness. All right, let's get into it. So some context here. Over the past year, I've been prioritizing building my mileage up, and I've raced here and there, but I hadn't really put any concerted effort around improving specific parts of my fitness. A lot of the emphasis since I did the Charlotte Marathon in November 2022 was around improving my general aerobic base, trying to run more, because in that last training block, I was running around 40 to 50 miles a week. Now I'm running around 80 to 100 miles a week. So a big piece of it was running as much as possible, not getting injured, because I got injured pretty badly in that Charlotte Marathon training block, had some knee tightness, which turned into just a complete mess and probably took 10 to 15 minutes off of my marathon time because I was in so much pain. So with that, my emphasis for the past 8 to 10 months has just been running as much as possible, doing some races here and there, and not getting hurt. So fast forward to this summer, one of my friends asked me if I wanted to do an Ironman relay with him. So I'm gonna do the running, he's gonna do the cycling, another one of my friends is gonna do the swimming, and it's gonna be great. I decided, since I've already done 2 half marathons this year and didn't really push it to an ambitious goal in either of those races, that this would be my time to take a few minutes off that PR and really take a chunk off that fitness and build to the next level. So with that, I started doing structured workouts again at the beginning of the summer. I started building my mileage back up to a level that I've never reached before. And I started putting more emphasis on the 16-mile or 2-hour long run on the weekend. So that is the point where I decided to quit carbon fiber plated running shoes. When I started this half marathon training block, I realized that for the past, 2 months, I'd be using my Saucony Endorphin Pro 3 for all of my 16-mile long runs every single weekend. And while I was able to hit faster paces for those long runs and feel refreshed, I also felt that I wasn't building the type of leg strength in my Achilles, in my ankles, in my feet, that I would have otherwise been building without carbon fiber plated shoes. There also are some initial studies coming out that suggest that running in carbon fiber plated shoes could expose some weaknesses in runners who don't have muscles developed. Well, I have been running for some years now. I'm not a professional runner, and I don't spend nearly enough time in the gym as I should. So I've decided to view all my runs as an opportunity to build as much strength and fitness as I possibly can. And what the carbon fiber plate does in a running shoe is that it makes it a lot easier for you to run by providing more snap, by providing some of that stabilizing feature that your Achilles would do if you didn't have a plate. And often these shoes have rockers, which make it easy to roll through those miles. So for the past 2 months, I have not been running in any carbon fiber plated shoes. I haven't run my Saucony Endorphin Pro 3. I haven't run in the brand new pair of Vaporflies that I got. And I have decided that I'm gonna use them to race on that half marathon race day, but I'm not going to be training in plated shoes except for maybe one training run that I do in that Vaporfly just to test them out. So with that context, here's how it felt so far. There's really 3 main takeaways here. The first is that recovery is definitely harder without running in a plated shoe. So yesterday I did a 6-mile half marathon race pace workout. So I did a 2-mile warm up and then just cranked out 6 miles at half marathon race pace. That is quite a challenging workout. You need to be extremely focused in order to execute that, and I did it pretty well, and I did it in the New Balance Rebel V3. So if you take a look at this shoe, it's relatively low to the ground. It's extremely flexible. It has a really nice, bouncy, responsive fuel cell foam in here, but there's no carbon fiber plate. And what I noticed yesterday is my legs were completely trashed after that workout. Yes, it is 6 miles at half marathon race pace, but I'd also done that same exact workout for my last half marathon training block in a pair of Vaporflies, and my legs did not feel anywhere nearly as torched as they did yesterday. So recovery has definitely been more challenging when I'm pushing the pace in these non-plated shoes. The second thing here is paces are slower. So I've noticed this the most on my long runs. I used to do all of my long runs in the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3, and that has a huge bed of Power Run PB foam with the carbon fiber plate in there. And I would run those runs around 720 per mile in my normal aerobic heart rate range. Maybe it was a bit higher if it was hotter out. But now that I've gone non-plated, I've been using the Audi Zero SL, I've been using the Mach 5, and I tend to be running those runs around 740 to 750 per mile. So I am running a bit more, but at the same effort level in that non-plated shoe, there is probably a 20 to 30 second per mile penalty for me on those runs. And it's not just because of the plate. Again, it's because the design of those shoes with the rocker and that more aggressive geometry encourage you to roll forward and push the pace with greater efficiency at the same effort level. So paces in training are definitely slower. And my third takeaway here is that I am indeed building leg strength. And I can feel that because the first few weeks where I went completely non-plated, my calves were destroyed, right? Running in a shoe like the Rebel compared to running in a shoe like the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3, which has that massive rocker, massive stack of foam, and then that carbon fiber plate in there, that's gonna take a lot more of that stress off of your legs, off of your calf, and do a lot of that work of running for you. Now, with the past 2 months, not having any of that aid, not having any of that assistance, not having any of that extra help from those elements in those super shoes or those carbon fiber plated shoes, or by the way, even those plastic plated shoes like the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3, because I'm not running in that, I have developed a lot more leg strength. I run in an extremely hilly area. If you're familiar with Charlotte, North Carolina, there's not a neighborhood you can run in here that doesn't have a massive hill. So I'm constantly chugging up and down hills, and my legs feel much stronger than they did at the beginning of this block because, again, yes, I've been running more, but I've also been practicing running up those hills in relatively minimal shoes like the New Balance Rebel V3, which helped me build more of those calf muscles. So yes, recovery's been harder, paces have been slower, I'm getting stronger. Whether I'm gonna keep this up or not, I don't think so. I do think that plated shoes have a place. I've said this in a bunch of other videos, but what those plated training shoes do, especially like a Hoka Mach X or a Boston 12, is they take a lot of that pressure off your legs and make it easier for you to run and easier for you to recover. So when I decide to hit that next level of mileage, when I try to hit 120 miles a week, 130 miles a week, I'd definitely go for a plated shoe like a Hoka Mach X. I've been craving having a shoe like that to help make recovery a bit easier and to help it make it easier for me to go 90 plus minutes every morning. So with my current training schedule, I'm going 10 miles every morning, doing that in a non-plated shoe every day, building a ton of strength. But when I extend that morning run to 12 to 14 hours, it'll be extremely helpful to have a Mach X or a Boston 12 in there 1 or 2 days a week to just assist me to help take some of that burden off my legs, make it a touch easier to hit those high mileage goals. All right, guys, so there you have it. That's everything I've learned from running in a non-plated training block. Let me know in the comments if you've ever tried something like this. As always, thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll make sure to keep you up to date on the latest and greatest in the world of performance running.